Hey, GutFoxx here. Today we're going to go through a lineup update. Sponsor today is Crayons Melt for letting me steal his idea. So, 4th of July happened and I got all those legends. RG3 here. I've played quite a few games with him already. And that 93 throwing deep nerfs the heck out of Jimmy Graham throwing it. Oh, when I said Crayons Melt let me use his idea, he didn't. I just stole the hell out of it. But yeah, because Jimmy Graham, wants it on target, having position hero Russell Wilson throw it to him, he was basically a weapon where I would throw it deep and he'd catch it. With Griffin's 93 throw deep, that is something I am going to replace. He will not be my quarterback much longer after today. I mean, I won all my games today, but I basically lost the deep ball as part of my offense. So let me know who you guys think my next quarterback should be. The final edition, Andrew Luck, looks pretty decent. Alright, moving on. Barry Sanders has been on my lineup for quite a while, but I recently caught Bo Jackson for a decent price on the market collapse. So I picked him up. Kind of a luxury item more than a necessary, because Barry is a beast, and Bo's really just a trucking, but worse off version of Barry. So I might, sell him pretty soon. But it's been a good 1-2 combo. Vincent Jackson here. What can I say that hasn't already been said? He's amazing, deep, face catcher, tall, catching traffic. Look at that, route running, release, everything. So while the receiver market was crashing, I decided to pick up Plaxico Burress too. Got him for a very cheap price, even with the crash. Now I have two 6'5" wide receivers on the outside. Jimmy Graham I sub in when I want a 6'7" stud. I sold my old Vincent Jackson and picked up this one and the Fitzgerald you see below on the right. They're both, studs. Pick them up if you can afford them. Run blocking is excellent out of both of them. Vincent Jackson is the deep threat. He can catch over anybody, really. They have both improved my offense along with Plaxico tremendously. If you want to see a breakdown of all these guys, go to ClickWiz's channel. He did a really good one because I stopped doing the recently released players a few weeks ago. I probably should have done it for these July 4th guys, but, well, that's in the past. I did the Ultimatum series that replaced it. So there's the rest of my res series, Perryman, Burress. And let's get into the tight ends. Winslow, Ditka, and Graham. So we're going to stick on this Graham for a little bit. He was my number 1 wide receiver or number 2 for quite a while because it just became such a weapon to throw it deep. He would get that little spec catch animation when I had position hero Russell Wilson, who I reviewed last week. And it basically became a free 40-50 yards when he caught it, and I'd catch it like 60% of the time. I would notice he'd get a little fatigued though, running every play. And with the new receivers being pumped out, it became an easy solution just to throw him at tight end number 3 and then bring him in for those long bombs, which Vincent Jackson does very well on himself, but the extra 2 inches quite helps because Jimmy Graham is probably the second best long ball wide receiver in the game behind Golden Ticket Kelvin Johnson, I think. So ClickWid has Vincent Jackson at tight end, which is a pretty good solution because he is solid there. All right, let's move on to my offensive line. So taking a look at these guys, they aren't very impressive, but as some of you know, I used to have an all 99 Ultimate Legend offensive line, and then I, checked out other, guards, tackles, 99s, other centers. And let me tell you, they didn't really produce much more than these guys I've got right now. You just need somebody to get to the block that's aware of it, and the marginal upgrade in run block and strength is not worth the cost value. So I took the money out of my offensive line and put it into my receiving core, and my offense has never been better because any defense that stacks the box will stop the run. So you want something that can stretch them, and that's what the receivers are for. And then the offensive line just needs to be there to be on the block when the opponent's there. So let's move on to the defense. It's almost to where I want it. So a D-line, Von Miller, and you see he's backed up by Muhammad Wilkerson. That's a pass rusher followed up by a run stuffer if they are running the ball effectively on me. Donald and Randall in the middle. Donald really should be, Vince Wilfork or Poe there, but having a fast tackle that can run down the quarterback. John Randall is a stud. His finesse move does get him some pressure. I'm not sure he's worth it, but I picked him up for a snipe price, so I'm using him. Jared Allen, he's okay. More of a 3-4, and he has trouble running down. I mean, that Excel should have him chasing down mobile quarterbacks, but I see him having a tough time getting off of blocks and really running them down like Von Miller can. Sometimes I substitute Aaron Burr, shot at president, Anthony Barr in for Jared Allen on obvious pass rushing situations. It also keeps him a little fresh. Tracy Porter, Night Train Lane. Night Train Lane has let me down quite a bit, and he deserves to be at my 3 spot instead of my 1. He's been bombed over frequently, and so has Woodson, really. But I think the Woodson bombs were more my fault. Night Train Lane got outrun. So Tracy Porter I got here at nickel because of his awareness at 92 and play rec at 94. He's phenomenal to play in zone at that location. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a Richard Sherman and be able to place him. Xavier Rhodes is a 4th. He'll come in dime situations. Speedy, good zone and man coverage. Hopefully at some point. Aqib Talib's my 5th cornerback. Hopefully at some point I will get that Richard Sherman Ultimate Legend and put it at 1 and Night Train at 3. Kelvin Johnson Golden Ticket. Does nothing but makes plays. Ultimate Frost, Kelvin Johnson's for those, bombs. But yeah, Golden Ticket is, what can I say about him that hasn't already been said about Jesus? Let's move on to the linebacker core. Jack Ham. Derek Johnson has really produced much better than I thought he was. His aware and play rec stats, along with his physical attributes, has been a game changer. Much better than C.J. Mosley was for the middle of my defense. Is good. I mean, C.J. Mosley was pretty good, but Derek Johnson makes plays because of his intelligence, and I can set it and forget it, like a rotisserie oven. Mosley's great on kickoffs. I should end up selling him to get the coins. Ronnie Lott, strong safety. He's basically another golden ticket back there. He can get burned over the top with his height, but that's the defense. Let me know what you guys think. Specialists, Crosby King, Hester, Klutz to help, return as a fullback. Yeah, so these are the guys I'll be playing with. You'll see the videos coming up this week. Review is of that Jimmy Graham. Reggie Bush is a great 3rd down back and keeps the other guys fresh. He'll catch balls. He's been phenomenal back there doing yeoman's work. All right, did you guys like the video? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.